EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay. We all know this community lives for its Packers, and the green and gold came out of the tunnel a short time ago, and it was loud. We are ready for football, so are they, as the Packers get set to match up with the Denver Broncos. And that one in. The end zone for an opening touchback. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside, and so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. Touchdown, Packers! Allen Lazard, 49 yards. And the Packers have taken the early lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Block, and the Broncos going to come up first and 10 at their own 23. They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Ball carrier.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Working with a 2nd and 3. Shotgun snap to Locke. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
What we've seen so far in this game, they are not going to allow a big shot over the top. You can have whatever you want underneath. They'll give you that, but they're not going to let you beat them deep.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Block working out of the gun. And this is going to be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
23-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side. I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on 1st down, but the defense does not budge on 2nd and 3rd. So on now for the Packers at their all-time leading scorer, Mason Crosby. This from 54 yards away. And this won't get there, won't be on line either. It's no good, off to the right, and this score will stay right where it is. Charles, 54 yards, I'm surprised that came up short.
I would agree with that one because normally, if he misses, it's accuracy, not length, because he has plenty of leg for that. But maybe it's like I hit my golf shot, you know? Maybe it's like my wedge. You know, when you chili dip and you hit the ground ahead of it, sometimes that'll shorten your distance as well.
They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here, 1st and 10.
Goes 1st down.
On 1st down, right back to Lindsey. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the Packers' 46-yard line.
2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Locke. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. It's Preston Smith. He gets the sack there.
3rd down.
So 3rd and long now for Locke and the Broncos following the sack. Operating from the gun. Block. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
First and 10.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Throwing now is Rodgers. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally down at the 32-yard line. Give him 30 yards there. That's how you draw up the run-pass option right there. You get a chunk play out of it.
And you know quarterbacks love to throw the RPOs because oftentimes they're in-breaking routes. But receivers love it even more. The ball gets to them quickly, allows them to put some moves on in the secondary.
And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
The ball carrier.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Rodgers, and his throw's going to be incomplete. The veteran tight end Mercedes Lewis, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up 3rd down. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. Good work by that Bronco defense, and it leads to a 4th down.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
So he gets an early chance to redeem himself, and he's able to put that one through.
And how happy is he that he's able to get that second chance so quickly after the first miss, gets his confidence back up, and who knows, they may need him for an even bigger kick later in the game.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Bradley Chubb came in and got him.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now it's Rodgers. They go screen with Dillon. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
On 3rd down, here's Jones. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring us to the end of the first quarter. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. It's caught. Jones. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Flushed out right. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 38 yards on the scamper there.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll run here with Lindsey. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. The Bronco 1st down there, 12 yards on the play. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, Locke. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. That catch good for only a couple.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Locke. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
I have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. And Locke throws another one. It's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So that is 3 interceptions now in this 1st half, and you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest, we're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here, but he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. That's complete to Lazard. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do, because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
They go play action here on 1st down. Forced out to his left. And this is caught. Mercedes Lewis with a grab. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a 1st. 2 first downs have them up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. 7 yards, the pickup there.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Operating from the gun, Rodgers. He'll get this to Lazard. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
A gain of 2 brings up second and 8.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. Call it a gain of 3, and they're going to face a third down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
From the gun on third down, Rodgers. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And in a spot like this, still more than a minute, I think if you put something on the board before halftime, that would go a long way towards helping them get back into the game.
There actually is something to the psychology of the game at times, isn't there? How much better would they feel running into the locker room, as you noted, with something on the board in a positive fashion? You're exactly right. It's a great opportunity to get that done.
Jair Alexander that time able to knock that one away.
Well, they certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Here's second and 10. To throw again. Block. He'll find Lindsey here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course. So second down, still 10 yards to go, ball on the 43. Throwing again. Lock. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Lindsey. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Denver.
On first down, Lock. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
At the Packers' 37-yard line.
Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. On first and 10, here's Locke. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. That time he was looking for Jerry Jeudy. And now it's second down.
At the 24-yard line.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw again. Lock. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. He was looking to get it to Phillip Lindsay there, and it's 3rd down.
And 10 yards to go.
Now Brandon McManus for the Bronco field goal. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. And McManus able to put it through. And they will indeed get on the board here, but still trailing. It's now 13-3. Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the 3rd quarter. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
On the return, the Broncos take over 1st and 10. At their own 22-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
On the play. And it's 3rd down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw it is Lock. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A run with Lindsay out of the gun, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means
that his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Now a first down carry by Jones. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And finally taken down at the 15. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
Well, when you're able to break a run against a cover 2 or a 2-deep zone, safeties are back a little ways. What you're counting on is the guys taking care of business up front and then maybe climbing to the second level. That offensive lineman or tight end getting up to the second level and able to block the safety in order to create a big run.
And making those linemen work with a couple blocks. They look good doing it there. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 16-yard line.
On 2nd and 11 now. Rodgers. Jones has it. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose.
And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Packers add 6 to their lead.
Partner, they had a good lead as they went in at the half, and they came out here in the second half and found a way to extend it. I love their consistency. Don't worry about what they said at halftime. This seemed like a team that was ready to play 60 minutes, and while this game is far from over, I love their approach.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And Spencer will elect to not bring it out here. It's a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. They'll go again with Lindsey. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
He's got his tight end Fant. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Lock on target to Fant for a Bronco first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Shotgun snap and a give to Lindsey. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Tackle made at the 38.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
He's got a first down and then some at midfield. There he goes left side. And all the way home for a Bronco score. Noah Fant, 62 yards. And the Broncos get a bit closer. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call. But he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
The ball carrier, Mike Purcell on the stop. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Rodgers. This one to the right, caught by Valdez-Scantling. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Let's go. Over here.
On 1st down, Jones. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
I got you, pop. Check 45 to mine. Check 45 to mine. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
Again, it's Jones. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Tackle made.
2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on third down to keep the drive going. On third down, it's Jones, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down. Here's J.K. Scott now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. Back now at Lambeau. As we've got the final quarter upon us, we get ready to start the fourth. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield, and he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Yard pickup brings up
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. And this Green Bay defense making that play look a lot like the previous one. Both tackles behind the line of scrimmage. The Broncos on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Shotgun snap to Locke. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. First down Broncos as Locke finds Judy. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. And now here is another interception. Picked off near the 44. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, in a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
They'll run on 1st down. Jones. And room there to work it inside the 25.
The ball carrier.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Broncos' 24-yard line.
On play action. Now Rodgers. This is caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. We're on 23 yards, the final tally. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. And they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. He's at the 50, 30, 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Denver. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be fielded inside the 5. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And now this fourth quarter becoming very interesting. That pick six makes this a one-score game. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how aggressive they choose to be. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
The ball carrier.
And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, 71 yards. And the Packers add on to their lead.
Mason.
Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. That was an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness to it? Just getting there and taking off and going. For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And they will watch this one land in the end zone. That'll be a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. The throw over the middle taken in. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
First down, Denver.
So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Locke's throw caught by Sutton. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 11 more on that one and another first down.
Broncos.
And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off around the 37. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. All I can do up here is just shake my head. I mean, 6 interceptions. I cannot imagine what he's thinking between the ears right now.
Well, just think of how it is for his teammates, because after the first few, they're going over to him, hey, we'll get him.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. They're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the fourth quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 12 yards there and a first down. Now a desperation throw deep down. And this is caught at the 20. And down to the 20. It's a big play there for the Broncos. 41 yards. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. This is the tight end fan. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And give him now 4 interceptions in this game. That's only the 3rd time this has been done since the year 2000.
I think that tells you how much better teams have gotten at throwing the football. If you go all the way back to 1960, 12 times before that, there have been guys who've gotten 4 interceptions or more in a game. I mean, most recently, since 2000, Delta O'Neal and D'Angelo Hall.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. A.J. Boye with a pick. Now with that interception, you feel like we got a ball game again. Remember, 2-score contest and still time left here in the 4th.
And in the old days, not too long gone either. Throwing the ball here would have been an absolute no-no, but the way the game's played now, throwing it makes sense. You just have to be careful when you put it in the air.
After the turnover, here's Locke. And that one drops to the ground. Incomplete. Clock stops here just inside of 20 seconds. 19 left.
It moves to second.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Adrian Amos with a pick, and this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Defensively, there's still 3 timeouts. Do you even need to use them at this point?
I think a lot of coaches do it anyway, and it seems like cosmetics to us.
Does it just send a message you're not quitting?
Send a message that you're not quitting. Let your team know you're going to battle all the way. And you're always hoping for that ultimate miracle that something will happen. You'll pick up the ball and score, and you'll have a chance one more time and maybe on an onside kick, but not likely.
So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.